Hey, angels. Oh my goodness, I can't be. I don't know why I'm on so late. Lord Jesus, help me. But I had to come on. So, hey, y'all. I just had to come on real quick because I just want to just give my little 2 cent. Number one. Oh, hey, Max Boogie, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Number one, let me just say this. I think people be using their community posts and even a live stream. A lot of times I feel like people make posts like they are responding to something somebody said when really nobody said shit. It's just that they have like this guilty conscience of something that they did or said, and they want to clear the air. So they'll make it seem like they responding to somebody, and it's really they just responding to themselves. It's just so weird. I swear that's the case for some people because they will be making community posts like they talking to somebody, and it's like who you talking to? You ain't putting no name on it. It's straight subliminals. You ain't really telling nobody nothing. Well, everybody's just supposed to guess who you talking to and what you talking about. And I just think people are weird as fuck. But it's the internet, so here we are. Hey Des, how are you, darling? How is everything? Hey Nikki Boo, thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, babes. Um, so yeah, so I was gonna come on and talk about like just give people some tips on because I know tax refunds are being sent out. Um, some people have even received theirs already. So I really kind of wanted to talk money and give some tips on some things to do with your refund. Um, if you're a person who has dependents, you got your refund last year, you will see that this year the credit was a lot smaller. But I'm gonna talk more about that. I think that's what I'll talk about in the morning while I'm getting ready. I'll just have a little quick chat about taxes and refunds and just give some tips on some stuff or whatever. Give some information out that way. I think that's what I'll do. Hey Zartan, how are you, darling? T Trisha, oh my goodness, I've seen you twice. Hey girl, thank you so much. Um, LOI, I do straight subs in my post because it applies to so many, and it's funny to watch who picks it up. Okay, okay, that's interesting. If it's anybody out there that got their return, I love you. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, if anybody got your return, I love you. I miss you. I've been thinking about you, and I would really love for us to reconnect and just catch up. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got a real refund since my kids were little. You know what, Des? I was telling my kids because we was talking about that because now that my daughters have kids and they handle their business, do their shit, whatever. Um, which really they still need to be giving me some of their money because as much as I do for them throughout the years, like I might as well be taking care of them. But um, but no, I was telling them like because now I be giving all the let me tell if I tell y'all this, y'all gonna think I am so retarded, but it is. I'm retarded for this because number one, I'm too knowledgeable on things like this, right? And this is where it's like you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it to your life, then it's no good. It means nothing, right? So, um, since like I want to say about 2008 up until from 2008 up until this job that I'm working right now as we speak, I have always been 1099. And I'm not even gonna say that. I ain't been nothing. I just been under the table pretty much. Um, and so I've always worked just cash. I've always just been paid cash from 2008 on. And this is working for huge Fortune 500 companies, all the way to government businesses, all the way to when I worked at the body shop. It's not just me working at the body shop, just other just businesses, period. I've just always done it that way. And so part of it was part of it was because I was moving around, not moving as far as houses, but just jobs and stuff like offices, things like that, places that I was working for. I've just always had a flexible position, right? And so a flexible position in my business. Okay, let me clarify. But anyway, so since 2008, I have not filed taxes because I had not paid any and just never got any paperwork or whatever. One of the things is that I still should have been filing taxes, of course, but I didn't because mainly because of student loans. Because I'm like, well, they're gonna take it anyway. But that was stupid because I should have just let them take it. Because the thing is I still owe it. You know what I'm saying? I still owe some of it. So it's like now that I'm looking back and my kids are grown and it's a wrap now, it's over with now. The big dependent refunds is long gone for me. But I was telling them like I ain't got no refund in years and years and years, y'all. Like, and they like, really, Ma? Like you know? And I'm like, no, I just took care of y'all. Like, shit, I worked, I hustled, you know what I'm saying? But like, we didn't have tax refunds. We just got paid, and we just always was okay. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't ever waiting on no refund. But they just couldn't believe that. They just thought their mama was, would get a refund and all this stuff. And no, no. No, I didn't. But it's one of the biggest mistakes that I made, like outside of my record. That's the second biggest thing that I made, the biggest mistake that I feel like I made because I did not use things that I knew. Like I do people's taxes and I wouldn't do my fucking own. And I still should have. So here's just a little tip. If you are getting paid under the table, if you're getting paid cash, you can still file taxes, okay? Even if you're not even getting a 1099, you can. So, and if you need help with that, you can let me know. But yeah, I fucked that up, okay? Because my shit should have been clear, clean, and been done with, and I shouldn't owe nobody nothing. But anyway, that is a little tip on that. Um, so yeah, that's what I was gonna come on and talk about that kind of stuff, like taxes and just give some tips about retirement, stuff like that. Give some tips on car buying. A lot of times people are buying vehicles around this time. Give some information or whatever. But I think I'll make a list and I'll actually go through that in the morning. Unless y'all want to talk about it now. Hey Chef, how you doing, boo? Crystal, hey darling. Thank you. Thank you so much for dropping the cash app. Oh yeah, that first one, Ask April. I do have a $ Ask April cash app, so it's just $ Ask April. Um, but yeah, my actual cash app, my regular one is $Sunshine 031. Thank you so much. I'm gonna delete that other one. I can't delete it. Um, but anyway, y'all, these students emailing me and shit all through the middle of the night, talking to me, just all type of shit. But anyway, okay, thank you. Thank you, babes. I appreciate you putting it in. Thank you. Okay. See y'all later. Could have paid it off. Right, Max? Right. Just dumb. Just dumb. Be on here giving everybody all the juice and ain't do it for my damn stuff. But it's cool though. It's cool. It's being taken care of. So I ain't gonna worry about it. But it would have been off of my back a long time ago. Like I wouldn't have. You talking about clear credit and working on your credit, shit, my shit would have been cool a long time ago. But it's all good. But that's just a huge mistake that I made. So please, if you are working under the table, please, like, don't feel like you don't. Now, if you're not making over $12,500, you don't have to file taxes, period. There's a bunch of different ways too that you can save a bunch of money. But we'll talk about that because I want to tell y'all about why that tax credit has been is so much lower this year. And really, I had already told y'all. I told y'all when, the pandemic was going on, how they was going to get their money back. All right. The thing about a tax return, there is no formula. They don't share the formula on how they calculate taxes. That's why it's just a numbers game. Okay. So they're not going to put out like, this is how we're formulating taxes this year, right? It's just, they just want you to enter the information in. Hopefully, it's the correct information. And they're going to tell you what they're going to do for you. Either you're going to get something or you're going to owe something or you might break even. And but they're not going to give you the formula on how they're calculating that. And that's how they get you. That's how they get us. Um they hide everything in there so that they eventually are going to get their money back on whatever they put out here. um Thank you, chef. Thank you, babe. It's never too late. um yeah, tell me, April, because I don't get I don't get them either. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll let because yeah, you could still file taxes, and I mean, shit, there ain't nothing to file taxes and put you some put you some stuff together. The thing is just not having any dependents. That's usually where you get your money at, but you still get a bunch of credit from working. You get a bunch of credits from all types of shit. So it's always a way to get a couple dollars. Um, so yeah, y'all. So this shit about this, people being pissed off about kids. Now, number one, the first thing I heard was that from today on, y'all, that I can't look, I just can't make this shit up, okay? So from today on, basically they just gonna start from a clean slate, right? So whatever anybody said about anybody kids or whatever somebody said about as far as some kids go, we just gonna wipe the slate clean. And from today on, we just gonna go forward. And now whoever says something started tomorrow, I guess started tomorrow, whoever says something about somebody kids, they canceled. Or ain't nobody fucking with them or whatever. Listen, listen. Let me tell y'all something. I'm sorry, but I'm really not sorry because it's just the fakeness. It's the fakeness for me. Like, y'all don't really give a fuck about nobody's kids. You know what I'm saying? You really don't give a fuck. A lot of y'all don't give a fuck about your own damn kids because if you did, you would treat them better. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit probably wouldn't have happened to them. You wouldn't do certain shit in your life that would affect them. So, hey, Regina Boo. So, sweep your own front door. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got some Windex and your newspaper and your vinegar and you cleaning your own windows before you be trying to look through somebody else's glass and tell them what they need to be doing. Okay? Because a lot of y'all don't treat your own right, let alone trying to act like you upset on here about what somebody said about another person's kid. Point blank period. When it comes to the internet, the majority people are going to have their choice of who they like, who they don't, who they gonna say something to, who they're not gonna say anything to, who they're going to let some shit slide, who they gonna talk about everything about, or they're gonna point out everything another person did while they letting all this shit slide over here. Like at the end of the day, y'all all done said something about somebody's kids. Y'all all done said, yeah, I drag kids, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, fuck your kids, fuck this, fuck that, whatever. Either you a woman who got some kids and they gonna get drugged, or you gonna get drugged for not being able to have no kids. You know what I'm saying? So either way is bullshit as far as I'm concerned. I just feel like people get pissed off when they want to because that's what's popular to talk about at the moment. Y'all really don't give a fuck. You don't care about what somebody said about somebody's kid. You really don't. Hey, Monty, how you doing, boo? Y'all really don't give a fuck for real. Because if you did, you would stand for some shit straight across the board. How many times have it been a no dragging kids campaign? How many times has it been whatever? You know what I'm saying? It's always something about somebody dragging somebody kids, and guess what? Y'all love on them, y'all still support them, you still subscribe to them, you still cash apping them, you still doing all of the things that keeps them relevant when it comes to this social media. You do all of the things. You gonna share their videos, you gonna be in their chat, you gonna take up for them when they involved in some shit. You're gonna do all of that. And then when it's somebody else, you want to point out some shit. That man, hey Hazel Boo, that man, I don't even know like that dude ghetto intellect like that or whatever. I done just seen his name around. But one thing I can say is that that statement that was read, the statement that was read, I don't believe that it was spoken of in the context of what they were trying to make it out to be. Okay. I think they were trying to make it into something that they wanted to be pissed off about because they just wanted a reason to talk some shit. That's what I feel like. Hey Sophie, my Sophie, how you doing, babes? Love Blake, how are you, darling? You feel what I'm saying? Like they was trying, and that's just what I got from it. I just got that people were making that comment. When people are typing in the chat, a lot of times you're not gonna type no full ass sentences or use pronunciation or whatever, not pronunciation, I'm sorry, but using all the proper English terms and forms and everything that you're supposed to do so that you can get a clear understanding of what's being said and how it's being said, right? So thank you, babes. Thank you so much. Um, a lot of y'all are not doing that. All right. So it's real easy to make some shit into what you want it to be. It's very easy to do. And I think it's real fucked up for y'all to put jackets on people that when you don't have no concrete proof that they have been involved in any of that kind of behavior. It's no different if it's said about one person that you like versus one person that you don't like or don't know. Y'all love putting I can't think of the word, but y'all love putting rumors on people that they done did some shit that they ain't did. And then when it's somebody that you like, you make up all the justifications as to why it's okay for them. Oh, they was responding. Oh, I don't be there when they be saying that stuff. Oh, if they start talking about that, I leave the chat. Oh, I didn't hear them say that. It's always that shit. Always. Um, hey KR83. Let me see, but why mention the daughter, period though? That's the weirdo thing about it. So, okay. So from what I got, because it seemed like there was like a couple of different messages, and I think it kind of goes also with what was being said during the live. So a lot of times comments can be responses or be joining in the conversation of whatever is going on, either with other people in the chat or what the person who is on the live stream actually speaking. But you would have to you would have to, I guess, actually be there in the live stream to know for sure, right? Because you have, like, if I'm sitting here talking and then somebody in the chat is responding to something then you're going to have to be there to put it together. Now, my assumption, hey Mississippi, how you doing, boo? This is my assumption. Okay. My assumption is because there seems like there was a message prior that said, where's the daughter or something like that. And then he went on to say, then there was the other message about, basically it was all jumbled together. Basically, he saw the daughter. My thing, I think somebody may have mentioned the daughter or said something about the daughter. So he probably was asking, where's the daughter? And then that the other comment where he said something about he saw the daughter one time when she was doing her hair, I think that was like more of a response. Like he wasn't saying real time, like speaking on the daughter right then in real time. He was basically just stating when the first time he had saw the daughter because of something that else that may have been said in the chat or by the person um that was conducting the live. That's what, let me see. Daughter brushing mom's hair was a reference to that video. Okay. Okay, so daughter brushing mom's hair was a reference to that video. So was that more of, because it was basically like, I don't know, it seemed to me like a response. Because it sounds weird anyway. It really don't go together. It don't go together. If I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like he was saying two different things in one, and typed it all in the same sentence pretty much. It's like he was making two different statements. And yeah, is it weird as hell to be making sexual innuendos to one person while you are also speaking on a child? That is weird. I don't think it's appropriate. It's weird. I think it was off-putting, and I think it was ill-fitting, but I don't think it was pedophilia, if that makes sense. Um, the video mom did a little sexy teaser in. And see, I don't even know who the mom is. I I heard Lady Nika's video, and I heard him come up and try to halfway explain, but I think something pissed him off and he got off. I logged on and seen the new narrative that some people are using to make content. In my opinion, I understood what he wrote in the chat. I did not see it predatorily. The mom didn't even see it ridiculous. See, that's what, because I'm thinking he was like saying two different things, and he was saying two different things in like one statement, and it was just off-putting because those statements should have been separate. you know I don't know. Or some people could say, why is he even asking about the daughter at all, period? Why do we give a fuck about the daughter? You know what I'm saying? But then that's why it goes for me that he was either responding, maybe somebody said mention the daughter or whatever, and he was like responding to that or something. Um, okay, I will. Okay. Thank you, Gemini babes. Thank you. Hey Talia, how you doing, babes? I think it was completely taken out of context too. Yeah, thank you. I just hey Firespawn, how are you, darling? They on here calling this man a pedo again. And I just think it's just effed up. Like I really think it's fucked up. Because you got enough people like that do fucked up shit. Like I'm pretty sure that man did enough shit where people could have enough to talk about. I'm pretty sure because he seems pretty controversial. He seems like he's very outspoken. He likes to say what he got to say, and he always got an opinion. That's what I've gotten from him from the last couple of days that I've seen him on different panels. And so I'm pretty sure that he has did or said some shit that a lot of people could be pissed off about or have some shit to say about. But to purposely put, now if you just don't want to fuck with him and you just don't like him, or he just ain't your cup of tea, then just don't fuck with him. It's real easy. But to try to gather a whole group of people to not fuck with him and make them feel the same way you do, that's where I have an issue. Because I feel like what you feel for you and what you choose for you, that's for you. You don't have to make it a group effort or a group thing. You make your decisions for you and what you like and what you don't like. Because the thing about it is, we're always talking about, we're going to go where we want, we're going to do what we want, we're going to like who we like, we're going to watch, it's the internet, right? But then as soon as you disagree and you don't go with what everybody else is pissed off about, now you are the one that's wrong. Now you the one that's not seeing things the way they should be seen, or whatever. And it's just like, no, I just feel differently than you do. I see things differently than you do. You see what I'm saying? Poor judgment on his part. Right. Right, Monty. I just feel like he just would hurried up and typed everything together. And yeah, he should have definitely rethought that, or definitely took that little bit piece of extra time that he saved and typing it all together. He should have probably did it separate, or just not even mention the little girl at all. But you never know what people are going to pick up on. You know, when it comes down to the internet, people attach will hang on to the weirdest shit. They really do hang on to the weirdest shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joanna Boo. You know how narratives are spun on here, right? All right. What he said was he only mentioned the daughter to keep from saying when he first saw her, she was showing her boobs on a private live. Huh. And the same time and the same night the daughter was there earlier. Hey Bird Bird, how you doing, babe? I'm not familiar with him or the mom, etc. However, it seems the mom has a controversial reputation on YouTube, so there could be bias and dislike for him and the things he has done. Right. Her equals her mom. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm getting. We say he only mentioned the daughter to keep him from saying when he first saw her, she was showing her boobs on a private live. Hmm. Yeah, so Regina, I'm in the same boat as you that I'm not, like I said, I've only seen him on a couple people's lives like the last day or two, and I don't know her at all. So, I'm just kind of like I'm solely going off of, like, I don't know nothing about his past. I know they were trying to bring up stuff about his past because that's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to bring up somebody's past behavior, what's been said about them or whatever in the past that they've been known to do or been accused of doing. But then at the same time, you want to, other people want to be seen as they have grown from their past. So is that not true for everybody? You know what I'm saying? Um, I just feel like people, when I first read it, I understood it. Right, Joanna. So that was the thing, like, because Brianna had read it, and when she read it, I'm like, okay, like, what? Like, y'all really reaching right now. And so I just think it's simply, I think it's very much so simple because when you go into somebody saying something fucked up about kids, even to the sexual standpoint, April Walker, like I just had told y'all about when she had said something, she basically accused me, not basically, she did, like outright said that me and my son have a sexual relationship. And she didn't say it like that. She said it very nasty and vulgar. Nobody said nothing to her about that. She still can go on people's chat, go up on people's panels, all of that shit. They not canceling her. Tracy done said all types of fucked up shit about kids. They love them some Tracy. Okay, they keep on bringing up Ken because he's like the easy target. I feel like Ken is like the easy target because he done said stuff about multiple people's kids. But you got Flo. They still be fucking with Flo around here. She said she was gonna stomp Five A's daughter's head in the ground. I mean, even Pizarro has said something about Ken messing with his daughter. Had accused him of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when it comes down to it, like everybody, and I won't say everybody, a lot of people have said some real fucked up shit about kids, and not just only drug the kids, but has put them in sexual situations with adults or accused adults of having a sexual situation with their children. So when you look at it like that, I mean, should everybody be canceled? Because then they started talking about how people from the black sector basically then said all this shit, naming all these people that then said all this type of fucked up shit about kids. But it's a lot of people over here that ain't no better because when you get into whatever beef you into, guess what? You're gonna say whatever the fuck come off top of your head. And it's a lot of fucked up shit that come out of these people's mouths. But then they always want to go back to you can't tell nobody how to fight. So that's why I don't even speak on it, because I feel like number one, people don't give a fuck anyway. They just choose to be upset about something for the moment, and then it goes away, and then everybody go back to doing what they was doing. Okay. And then on top of that, you're going to continue to support the same people that you going to talk shit about. So it's like, what's the point in saying any fucking thing? And then it's like, I'm not here to tell nobody how to fight or how to feel or none of that shit. So just let you have it. But I will remind you of the fucked up shit that you did when you try to point out the next person. You know what I'm saying? Who thinks who thinks and talks like this in real life is my question. You know what, Monty? And that's the thing about the internet, because it's like if you getting into it with a bitch, I don't think I've ever, like, it's very rare where I see a bitch just gonna really just approach you about some shit or say something to you in real life. The shit that be getting said on here is not getting said in nobody's face. It's just not. And we done seen time and time again where a lot of these people done been in the same town as people. A lot of them don't even live that far away from each other. And they ain't doing nothing. They ain't busting no grapes. They ain't saying shit in person. They won't even meet up, let alone talk the shit they be talking online. So, that's a whole nother thing. And that's another reason why it's proven that they don't really give a fuck about the shit they be on here talking about. Like on VS's panel when they was talking about the color shit, one of the questions was asked of Christopher W was, has he ever went and like did any type of marching, like any type of marching in defense of like Black Lives Matter, or in the name of, maybe someone who has got murdered by police or something like that. And he honestly said no, like, they don't really do that where he's at or whatever. And then she's like, well, if you really care about something or whatever, like, you can travel and go places that are doing those things. But none of the other people that was up there was asked, have they ever went in were involved in any marches, or went in, participated in any types of group acts or anything like that. And most of them, I bet, haven't. I bet most of the people in the chat have not went and did no marches, been a part of no type of gatherings or any protest or any of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just bringing that up just to say that, it's real easy to say some stuff here on the internet that is not being practiced in real life. It's just really not. People act like they are so like protest, or they are so like they stand for certain things, and you don't really stand for shit, or not at least what you be trying to act like you stand for on the internet, because in your real life you are not acting on any of it. You're not standing up for kids who are abused. You're not donating or going and putting time in, or adopting or fostering or doing play groups or doing anything, talks or just anything to help kids that are abused and kids in need. You're not really marching or protesting or doing any of the things to make real change when it comes to your community and for equality for Black people and stuff like that. You're not really doing that. So, a lot, the colorism, all of that kind of stuff, as soon as somebody get mad on here, they're gonna start talking about it, they're gonna go straight to how you look. That's the first thing people go to. So for me, it's just like a lot of the shit that be on here getting talked about is definitely not gonna happen in real life. It's not gonna be talked about in real life. You're not gonna approach nobody like you do on here in real life. And a lot of the shit that you say you stand for and that you so outraged and pissed off about on here, you're not gonna really give a fuck about or do nothing about it in real life. Oh my God, my